It's 18 questions about Nickelodeon Saturday night programming, SNICK, as picked by Patreon subscriber Erica Cooper. This is Trivia with Buds. It be, and welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Buds. Thanks for checking out this show. It is a beautiful Saturday, and what better day to do a Saturday night programming related episode of the show. Today we're doing SNICK on the podcast, 18 questions from a BuzzFeed quiz I found about SNICK, which was the topic picked by Patreon subscriber Erica Cooper this month. When you donate $5 or more on my Patreon, you can pick a topic that I'm guaranteed to do within the month, and this was her pick, and I thought it was great. I got super excited when she sent me that one, and some other great ones coming in from Rick and Morty to Alec Baldwin movies, etc. for my other patrons. Thanks so much, and special welcome to our new patron, Russ. How you doing, Russ? Thanks for donating monthly, and thanks for supporting this show. Very, very cool of you. I am excited, guys. Right around the corner, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I'm looking at an ad on this BuzzFeed page right now. It says pre-order now for early access, the third of the amazing Tomb Raider games, Shadow of the Tomb Raider coming out. That is a game that I can't wait for. Some other games right around the corner, Mario Party for Nintendo Switch, Red Dead Redemption 2, and Mega Man 12? Mega Man 11? I forget what it is. I think it's Mega Man 11. So a lot of fun stuff around the corner if you're a gamer. I have a PlayStation and I have a Switch. If you want my Switch friend code so we could play Mario Kart and things online, just shoot me a message, ryanbuds@gmail.com, or you could tweet me at ryanbuds on Twitter, RYANBUDDS. Here's a quick clip my brother sent me. I just wanted to insert this somewhere in a podcast. He is a teacher in the Florida area, and he sent me a very brief voice memo from his iPhone. He said, "This is what I've had to do today." And I at first had no idea what it was, and we'll see if you can figure it out from this little soundbite. Here we go. There it was. Could you guess what my brother had to do today at a school? He had to sit in on a music class as a substitute, and he recorded some kids playing just nonstop instruments, and it made me really jump back to those days where they'd be like, yeah, it's a free class. Just grab that tube with the ridges on it and rub that stick back and forth so it makes a scratchboard noise. Just do that for an hour. So I just wanted to share that. I thought that was great. And he said after an entire day of that, like 7 periods in a row, he was ready to throw in the towel. So thought you guys would enjoy that little sound bite. We're going to jump into that trivia about SNICK in just a second. Some quick background on me and SNICK. My friends Steve Nelson and Rob Salud. We all grew up on 138th Street in Crestwood, Illinois. We used to have sleepovers just about every weekend at one of our houses, usually on Saturday night. We would kind of rotate between the three houses. We all lived on the same side of the street, and we were best pals. And we would watch SNICK, and we would eat hot dogs, and we would chug Wild Cherry Pepsi, and we would play video games. And we would just love Saturday nights for all those reasons. But SNICK was a big part of it. We used to watch all this stuff with the big orange couch, and it was a ton of fun. So hopefully if you're around age, let's say 35 and under, you probably watched some SNICK as well. And unless you were one of those kids that didn't have cable, then I'm sorry, you probably didn't watch it. But a lot of fun programming, a lot of very 90s stuff, and a lot of fun memories from my childhood, and hopefully yours. We're going to jump into 18 questions on SNICK as picked by Erica Cooper right about now. Here we go. All right, again, this quiz from BuzzFeed. This is just a Just 90s Things quiz on SNICK on BuzzFeed, and here we go. Question number 1. First things first, what does SNICK stand for? SNICK. Does it stand for Super Nickelodeon, Saturday Night Nickelodeon, Saturday Night Illin Cool Kids, or Saturday's New Nickelodeon? What do you think? Question number 1, what does SNICK stand for? Super Nickelodeon, Saturday Night Nickelodeon, Saturday Night Illin Cool Kids, or Saturday's New Nickelodeon? Question number 2. Which of these shows was never part of the SNICK lineup? Was it The Secret World of Alex Mack, Space Cases, Rugrats, or Rocko's Modern Life? Which of these shows was never part of the SNICK lineup? The Secret World of Alex Mack, Space Cases, Rugrats, or Rocko's Modern Life? Question number 3. Whatever happened to the big orange couch? Was it ruined by a fire? Was it sold to a mysterious millionaire? Was it stuffed with cash and cookies and auctioned off? Or was it donated to a family of orphans? What happened to the big orange couch from SNICK? Was it ruined in a fire? Was it sold to a mysterious millionaire? Was it stuffed with cash and cookies to be auctioned off? Or was it donated to a family of orphans? Question number 4. What show kicked off the SNICK lineup from 1992 to 1994? Was it Are You Afraid of the Dark, Clarissa Explains It All That, or The Adventures of Pete and Pete? Number 4. What show kicked off the SNICK lineup from 92 to 94? Was it Are You Afraid of the Dark, Clarissa Explains It All That, or The Adventures of Pete and Pete? Question number 5. What show featured a bunch of teenagers and 20-somethings dancing, singing, and doing sketches amongst lots of different props like a motorized lazy boy chair? What show was that? Was it Funhouse, the Nickelodeon Warehouse, Roundhouse, or House of Blammo? Question number 5. Question number 6. Which of these was not a character on Are You Afraid of the Dark? Was it Quinn, Stig, Porky, or Vange? Was it Quinn, Stig, Porky, or Vange, which was not a character on Are You Afraid of the Dark? Question number 7. Which SNICK show was from a book series by K.A. Applegate? Was it Goosebumps, Are You Afraid of the Dark, Animorphs, or The Journey of Alan Strange? Question number 7. Which SNICK show was from a book series by K.A. Applegate? Was it Goosebumps, Are You Afraid of the Dark, Animorphs, or The Journey of Alan Strange? Question number 8. What was the name of Alex Mack's sister? Was it Annie, Abby, Alice, or Alexis? Shout out to Patreon subscriber Alexis Eck. Number 8. What was the name of Alex Mack's sister? Was it Annie, Abby, Alice, or Alexis? Question number 9. Which All That spinoff never appeared on any version of SNICK? Was it The Amanda Show, Zoe 101, Keenan and Kel, or The Nick Cannon Show? Which All That spinoff never appeared on any version of SNICK? Was it The Amanda Show, Zoe 101, Keenan and Kel, or The Nick Cannon Show? Number 10. Which show's cast was also part of SNICK's On Air Dare segment? Was it Clarissa Explains It All, Cousin Skeeter, All That, or Doug? Question 10. Which show's cast was also part of SNICK's On Air Dare segment? Clarissa Explains It All, Cousin Skeeter, All That, or Doug? Number 11. What was the name of a show that appeared on SNICK? Was it Help My Parents Are Aliens, Phil of the Future, Millionaire Boy Wizard, or The Journey of Alan Strange? Number 11. What was the name of a show that appeared on SNICK? Was it Help My Parents Are Aliens, Phil of the Future, Millionaire Boy Wizard, or The Journey of Alan Strange? Question number 12. In 2001, SNICK's time slot was replaced with a little something called Nick Flicks, Nick Tunapalooza, SNICK's Tricks, or Nick at Night Teen. Number 12. In 2001, SNICK's time slot was replaced with a little something called Nick Flicks, Nick Tunapalooza, SNICK's Tricks, or Nick at Night Teen. Question number 13. Which of these was a SNICK show? Was it Kablooey, Kablam, Gadzooks, or Iuga? Question number 13. Which was a SNICK show? Was it Kablooey, Kablam, Gadzooks, or Iuga? Question number 14. Which was not a part of SNICK's very first lineup? Was it The Ren and Stimpy Show, Are You Afraid of the Dark, Roundhouse, or The Adventures of Pete and Pete? Number 14. Which show was not part of SNICK's very first lineup? The Ren and Stimpy Show, Are You Afraid of the Dark, Roundhouse, or The Adventures of Pete and Pete? Question number 15. What was the name of Pete's tattoo on Pete and Pete? Was it Petula, Poppy, Pete Jr., or Petunia? Petula, Poppy, Pete Jr., or Petunia? Question number 16. Pat Morita starred in which SNICK series? Was it Animorphs, The Mystery Files of Shelby Woo, Taina, or All Grown Up? Number 16, Pat Morita starred in which SNICK series? Animorphs, The Mystery Files of Shelby Woo, Taina, or All Grown Up? Number 17, what new name was SNICK given in 1999? Was it Snick House, Snick Forever, New SNICK, or Snickerdoodle? And question number 18, who hosted the rebranded 1999 version of SNICK? Was it Nick Cannon, Amanda Bynes, Keenan and Kel, or Lori Beth Denberg? Nick Cannon, Amanda Bynes, Keenan and Kel, or Lori Beth Denberg? All right, those are your questions. Let's jump back into the questions in just a second, but then we'll go over the answers right after this.
There's new things snicking Saturday night. New crashes, bashes, frolic and fright. New angry beavers running amok. New Keenan and Kel still down on their luck. The gang's all here, all new, all that. And the Animorphs change in 3 seconds flat. So where can you get all this new stuff quick? Only on Nickelodeon, only in SNICK. The Angry Beavers join a special SNICK lineup all month long, Saturday night starting at 8, 7 Central, only on Nick.
All right, hopefully you enjoyed that quick ad from some SNICK programming way back in the 90s. Number 1, first things first, what does SNICK stand for? It stands for Saturday Night Nickelodeon, as you might have guessed. Saturday Night Nickelodeon, that's SNICK. Number 2, which of these shows was never part of the SNICK lineup? We have The Secret World of Alex Max, Space Cases, Rugrats, or Rocko's Modern Life. The answer was Rocko's Modern Life. It seems like a natural fit for SNICK, but it was not. There were a lot of adult jokes, a lot of teen to adult jokes on that show, and it just wasn't on there, though. Number 3, what happened to the big orange couch? It was stuffed with cash and cookies and auctioned off. It's kind of interesting. Stuffed with cash and cookies and auctioned off. It says in 1999, one lucky winner won that couch full of cash and cookies. Number 4, what show kicked off the SNICK lineup from 92 to 94? That was Clarissa Explains It All. That is the very first SNICK show. Melissa Joan Hart. Interesting. Number 5, can you name the show where somebody had a remote control motorized lazy boy chair? It was Roundhouse. Roundhouse. Number 6, which of these was not a character on Are You Afraid of the Dark? Quinn, Stig, Porky, or Vange? There was a Stig, but no Porky. Porky was the one that was not a character on the show, part of the Midnight Society. Number 7, what show was based on the books of K.A. Applegate? That was Animorphs. Animorphs, where you had kids that morphed into animals. Me and Steve Nelson used to read a lot of those. Number 8, what was Alex Mack's sister's name? Annie, Abby, Alice, or Alexis? The answer is Annie. She was supposedly the smart one, it says. Annie. Number 9, which All That spinoff never appeared on any version of SNICK? It was Zoe 101. Zoe 101 was one of many All That spinoffs, but never part of the SNICK lineup. Good to know. Never seen it. Number 10, which show's cast was also part of SNICK's On-Air Dare segment? Clarissa Explains It All, Cousin Skeeter, All That, or Doug? I don't remember a show called Cousin Skeeter. I don't know if that was actually a show or they just tried to trick you. But it was All That. People would participate in dares on air, like bobbing for apples in a toilet. That's some very Nickelodeon humor right there. Number 11, we had these different shows. Which one of them was on SNICK? Help My Parents Are Aliens, Phil of the Future, Millionaire Boy Wizard, or The Journey of Alan Strange? It was The Journey of Alan Strange, and his favorite food was canned cheese. That's pretty strange, Alan. Pretty strange. Number 12, in 2001, SNICK's time slot was replaced with a little something called Nick Flicks. It was a block of 90-minute Nicktoons specials, Nick Flicks. Number 13, we had different shows here. All That. Not All That. We had Kablooey, Kablam, Gadzooks, and Yuga, and the answer of the real show was Kablam. Kablam exclamation point. That was an animated sketch series that ran from 96 to 2000. I think Kablam had there was a series where they had I forget the name of it, but they were different. It was live action figures doing different things. I can't. It's in the back of my head. I think it was that show. Number 14, which show was not part of SNICK's very first lineup? Ren and Stimpy, Are You Afraid of the Dark, Roundhouse, or The Adventures of Pete and Pete? It was the final choice, Adventures of Pete and Pete. That was not added until summer of 93. SNICK's first lineup was Clarissa Explains It All, Roundhouse, Ren and Stimpy, and Are You Afraid of the Dark, which was scary at times. Number 15, Pete's tattoo on Pete and Pete was named Petunia. He would say, "Dance, senorita, dance," and then he would move his arm. And it says he was probably the finest. It was probably the finest tattoo ever rocked by a kid not old enough to vote. I always remember the episode where he gets grounded or something, and he digs a hole under his, like in his basement to escape. And he builds like this tunnel system and he breathes through the sprinklers in the lawn. It was like just the most insane thing. They did a lot of weird stuff on that show. Number 16, Pat Morita starred in a SNICK series. It was The Mystery Files of Shelby Woo. He was Grandpa Woo before he died in the early 2000s. And number 17, what new nickname was SNICK given in 1999? It was called SNICK House. In 1999, SNICK transformed into SNICK House. Kids could vote online for their SNICK House video picks. And the last question, number 18, who hosted the rebranded 1999 version of SNICK? It was Nick Cannon. Yep, none other than Nick Cannon, it says. So Nick Cannon, a lot of his success came from Nickelodeon. And that is our episode for today. Hopefully you got most of those correct on this multiple choice SNICK episode. This was chosen by Erica Cooper. Erica, great job. Had me reliving some fun memories just reading those questions. So I hope you had fun too. And if you're a brand new listener, go back and check out the full catalog of episodes. There's over 200 to check out. We have been doing this show daily for 80 days. 80 days as of this episode. So 80 episodes in a row every single day. But before that, we did about 2 years of podcasts weekly and then twice a week. So lots of stuff to go back and check out. If you want to support the show like Erica does, go to patreon.com/trivia with buds and see what we got cooking over there. Sending out all kinds of great stuff like pop culture art squares and t-shirts every month and enamel pins of Kevin from The Office about to spill a giant pot of chili. We just sent those out as a secret special item this month. So lots of cool stuff if you like collectibles and throwback stuff like SNICK. I got to get some Nickelodeon stuff now that I've mentioned it. So yeah, go check that out. See what's going on over there. And if you want to do a certain topic, you just got to donate $5 or more, and I will definitely do that for you monthly. You get to pick something new every month. I send out a message, you reply with what you want, and we get it done. Thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for telling a friend about this show, and we'll see you tomorrow for more Trivia with Buds. And if you're in Chicago and you want to play trivia with me tonight or tomorrow, go to triviawithbuds.com, click that banner for tickets at 350 Brewing for some pop culture bingo today and some sitcom trivia tomorrow. Cheers.